You know that meme? The Steve Zahn meme from the Planet of the Apes movies? Or, I say movies, he was only in one. War for the Planet of the Apes, where he goes to the camera and he's like, no, oh, no, that's kind of what I'm saying right now, man. That's exactly what I'm feeling, because when it comes to the Vancouver Canucks, we had ourselves some news about goaltender Thatcher Demko that I think we're gonna have to take a look at. And there are a few sources that are going out there and giving us the scoops as to what's going on, but I think the one that has it all is the Spectres Hockey Coffee headlines from earlier this morning published by Lyle Richardson. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go ahead and read this. It's fresh off the press, it's right from today, but Lyle Richardson goes out there and gives the Canucks updates that we care about. So let's scroll down into the middle to bottom of this piece and read the latest as to the Canucks and Thatcher Demko. From the province, Patrick Johnston reports a lack of off-season news about Thatcher Demko and how it's raised media speculation over the health of the Vancouver Canucks goaltender. Demko, 28, played in Game 1 of the Canucks' first-round series before being sidelined by a lower body injury. He missed the remainder of that series and the entirety of their second-round matchup with the Oilers, but was reportedly close to returning to action before that series ended. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep that in the back of our minds here. It was a big deal. Hey, if the Canucks made it to Dallas, they probably would have played Demko in Game 1 or Game 5. It was kind of an idea floating around there saying that it was just a matter of time, slowly, before Thatcher Demko would have been able to play. Now, if you take a look at what happened here on July 1st, Canucks GM Patrick Allvin claimed Demko would be ready for training camp. However, Czech TV, or Donnie and Dolly's Rick Dhaliwal reported on Tuesday that the goaltender is progressing, but there's no timetable for when he'll be 100% healthy. Spectre's note goes out there and says this: Patrick Johnson suggested the Canucks could end the speculation by publishing a statement about Demko's health. Meanwhile, Rick Dhaliwal speculated the Canucks might continue to poke around the goaltending market again, seeking insurance between the pipes. And, you know, when you think about the updates we had seen about the Canucks and Thatcher Demko in June, and you compare them to what we're seeing now, I get it, you know, like if the Canucks made the third round and they played Thatcher Demko, who's to say that Demko would have been 100% healthy in that third round series? He might have been able to play, but maybe he wasn't in a spot to fully recover before suiting back up. Now, you could say that that's dangerous and the guy shouldn't be putting himself in that position where he's not playing at 100%, but realistically, even though that makes sense, even though I agree with it in theory, you can't say that NHL players are going to go out there and do that. Like, realistically, especially if it's in the third round, if Thatcher Demko even has the capability of suiting up and moving around, even if he's not 100%, maybe if he's 90, 80%, he'll play. You know he'll play. He'll play on crutches. Okay, maybe he won't play on crutches, he's a goalie, so he kind of needs to be able to move around properly, but still, hearing now, in the middle to end of August, that Thatcher Demko is still not near 100%, and because there's already growing media speculation that his recovery might not actually have taken the proper steps that we thought it should have at this point in time, it's really starting to get me concerned as to what the Vancouver Canucks have in their hands here. And now seeing from Rick Dhaliwal as he made an appearance on Sportsnet 650. By the way, nice to see Dhaliwal back in the Sportsnet booth. But seeing him make the comments that he made yesterday morning about how the Canucks might be in a spot to look for another goaltender, hey, that really does start to worry me as a fan when thinking about what Thatcher Demko's capability is going to be at the start of the 24-25 season. Sure, Artur Silayev is going to be fine in net, and whomever it is the Vancouver Canucks get as a goaltender option is probably going to be okay too. But just the stability there, what Thatcher Demko provides, what he is to the Vancouver Canucks, he's the best goaltender the team has had in a while. Okay, maybe that's unfair to say, because Jacob Markstrom was really good in Vancouver, also near the Vezina race, but still, even though Vancouver has had good success with their goaltending, Thatcher Demko has been the cream of the crop, and arguably the best goaltender Vancouver has seen since Roberto Luongo in his prime, maybe? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of pushing it, but still, sample size is pretty small at this point. If the Vancouver Canucks are going to go out there and start looking for goaltending options, well, sorry, but all the good ones have already been signed. So they would probably have to go out there and make a trade in order to make things work out, unless they really do just believe in Yuri Patera, and they decide to give him the backup role. Artur Silayev starts out the 24-25 season as the #1 guy, he plays 20 straight games, and then Thatcher Demko comes back in relief. Like, all the timeline scenarios kind of seem whack at this point because Thatcher Demko being healthy was such a contingent part of, I think, the Canucks' identity and their plan for 2024-2025. Now, of course, you could go out there and say that this is all smoke and mirrors. Maybe the Canucks' own coaching staff and their management have a completely different idea as to what Thatcher Demko's availability is going to be. Maybe they think or they know he's going to be fine and he'll play and he'll start game 1 and he'll go until game 4 and then Artur Silayev will suit up for a game or 2 and then Demko will come back and it'll be rotating around business as usual for 82 games. Maybe they know that he's going to be all right, but because there have been so little reports about this stuff and now the media, the Vancouver snarky, nosy media is going to go out there and start talking about it here. I mean, it opens the door for fans like me to go out there and start getting worried about the Vancouver Canucks starting goaltender. And you can say this also feeds into a bigger conversation about Thatcher Demko and his longevity, because while he has been very good his entire time here in Vancouver, while he has had those moments, you know, bubble Demko, that's going to be what really put him on the map as a potential #1. It's unfortunate to say, but Thatcher Demko's reliability hasn't really been where it needs to be when you consider his availability. Like, sure, when he's playing and when he's in, he's great, but the amount of times he has to miss time because of an injury, because of a surgery, because of whatever, like, it's just so unfortunate at this point. It's been piling up over the years here that I don't want to say this is like the last straw or whatever, but it is certainly a straw. I mean, you go over to the games here. Demko had 51 games this previous season, yes, but only 1 game in the playoffs, 32 games in 2022-2023, and then you go into the territory where he actually was playing consistently. 64 games in 21-22, 35 games splitting the load in that shortened bubble, or not bubble year, the North Division year, excuse me, and then 27 games with the Canucks in 2019-20, with 4 in the bubble playoffs with a .64 goals against average. Demko is great, but it's been a few times now where he has been injured and not at his healthiest. And I get it, he is still talented, but you have to start thinking, man, at some point that's going to catch up to him, isn't it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this Vancouver Canucks update about how Thatcher Demko's health status is not fully confirmed at this point. The Canucks could go out there and dispel all of our worries by just releasing a statement about Demko, but they haven't done that up to this point. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comment section as to how you feel about the Canucks reining in on another goaltender option to potentially replace some of those minutes, to relieve whatever it is Artur Silayev is going to have to go through should he be the 2024-2025 starter at the beginning of the year. Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. 9, and bye.